Great day to you. Glenn Daniels here with Touchstone Publishers, and today I'd like to discuss with you the ideal of what synergy is and why synergy equals success. Let's take a look at an oldie but goodie first, and that's Stephen Covey's book, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Now, this book is an old one, but it is so strong, and if you haven't read it yet, I highly suggest that you get this book and read it. And then if you have read it, pull it back off the shelf, dust it off, and reread it. What are the 7 habits of success? Why don't we take a quick look at these, high-level look, just so we can get a refresher on it. Number 1, be proactive. You see a problem, you take care of the problem. Number 2, begin with the end in mind. Always know how you want it to turn out. Number 3, first things first. Do what's important first. And number 4, think win-win. When I win, my employee wins. When I win, my team wins. Number 5, seek first to understand, then to be understood. And then number 6, synergize. And that's what we're going to talk about today is synergy, synergizing. But number 7, sharpen the saw. Get better at what you have to get better with all the time. But like I said, today our focus is going to be on synergy. What is synergy? Well, synergy is a creation of a whole that is greater than the simple sum of its parts. When you put together each part, that creation is greater than if it stood by itself. When you put everything together, it's better. When you create a partnership with somebody, that is better than if you just did it by yourself. Why? Because the flowing of ideals, the flowing of problem solving together makes a whole better than what it is if it stands by itself. Partnership with others will start that creation process for you. 1 and 1 equals 11. If you don't believe me, write a 1 and a 1 right next to each other. You have 11, and that's the power of synergy. When you combine your thinking with others, that's the power of synergy. When you sit down and brainstorm with your team, that's the power of synergy. By the way, let's talk about this brainstorming. Brainstorming is the creation of ideals. It is not the editing of ideals. As you create more, the less you need to edit. The more ideas you can put together on a brainstorming session, the more synergy those ideals are going to come up with toward the end. The next one, though, stop talking. You want to create synergy? You stop talking. You start listening. You want to create synergy? Find a mentor. Find a mentor. This is how you're going to create synergy. Synergy not only in your field, so I'm going to suggest that you find a partner that's in your field, maybe a co-worker who's also at the same level of you. Okay, someone that you can sit down and talk with and share, hey, here's a problem, how would you solve it? Okay, here's how I would solve it. Let's combine the two, let's solve that. Here's a challenge, let's solve that. Here's how I handled this before in the past. You might want to try it this way. It may not work exactly that way, but your synergy will give you a better solution than if you just stand by yourself. Create partnerships, create synergy. But I'm going to challenge you to think about something. Create some partnerships outside of your industry. Create some partnerships outside of your industry. I want to talk to you about a case that I discovered the other day reading. We got to create some partnerships to get us out of the box of our current thinking. Partnerships, airplanes and submarines. One's above, one's below. One's in the air, one's in the water. Two completely different industries, two completely different technologies. But once people started creating synergy with each other in those diverse industries, the more powerful the solution became. Gulfstream's new G700 aircraft. Synergy between aerospace technicians and submarine technicians. What Gulfstream decided to do when they're developing their G7 aircraft was they started looking at, oh, how does a submarine work? And so they started combining these things and getting a little bit out of the box and saying, oh, wait a minute, I could take that technology and make it work here. For example, they took the technology that a submarine uses to pressurize the interior of the submarine and applied that technology to them pressurizing the inside of their aircraft. When you fly this aircraft, you can descend from 40,000 feet to the ground and your ears won't pop because when it's pressurized at a much lower altitude than what they have been doing because they brought that technology, they synergized that technology. Same thing though, they synergize a little bit more and discover, wait a minute, how they design this cabin, how they design the engine and everything. We can take that same design, that same energy, and use that inside of our aircraft so it reduces the noise, the engine noise. It reduces the noise. It makes the ride more comfortable. That's synergy. You want to build something great? Maybe look outside of your industry to build.
Thank you for watching this presentation from Touchstone Publishers. Please subscribe and ring the bell to be notified when new episodes are published.